Hi Sagittarius, this is Tarot-blee accurate. If this is your first time watching, I'm glad you found me. And I hope that when you're done watching this, you're glad you found me too. If you are returning, thanks so much for all your likes, shares, comments, your subscribing, all of that. So this is a love reading for May 6th through June 6th. And because it's a general reading, sometimes things might not resonate for you because this is for thousands of people. But then also, sometimes, because it's for a whole month long, you might watch this and things don't make sense right away, and then a couple weeks down the road, or when you get to that first week of June, the last week of the reading, all of a sudden you come back and you watch it again and you're like, whoa, that super resonates. So just keep that in mind, because those things haven't happened yet. And then the other thing about this is some people will watch their readings for their sun, moon, and rising sign. When it comes to love, moon sign is all about your emotions, how you feel, your heart, all of that. So that one might be the most accurate for you. So I'm just letting you know if you didn't already know that, but many of you already do. So we'll just get started. Some cards are just leaping out of the deck already for you, but we'll see what else there is for single Sagittarians, and then we'll do couples. So for single Sagittarians, what's going on? You have a couple challenges this month, first of all. I'll just say that, the way that these cards are falling. But it looks like things are going to go well for you, actually. Let's get a couple more. Whoa. Okay, here we go. So starting off, you have great tact. You have great strength. And this is important because you have some sort of a challenge here that affects you emotionally, very deeply emotionally, like all of your emotions. It's not a time where you just wait and see, where you rest and let things play out on their own. But it's also a time when you're challenged to think back about your past, about the lessons that you've learned there, what you loved, what you didn't love. And it's not a time to be starting new jobs, new investments, moving homes, things like that, okay? But in regards to your love life, somehow this will negatively impact your love life if you do that. But somehow within your love life, by being strong, by challenging yourself to really put your heart into maybe new relationships or trying to find a new partner if that's what you're looking for, and assessing your past, there's victory there to be had. The Six of Wands. You know, people will look upon you positively. They will say, that person, that guy is a winner. That girl is a winner. We like this person. They're great. Whatever. But that being said, in regards to your love life, for single Sagittarians this month, you may be having a hard time making decisions. So maybe which of the potential suitors you have do you want to pursue? And the thing is that you're not necessarily challenging yourself, as you're advised to think about your past and make decisions from what you already know, you know, from like experiences that were good, more so than your experiences that were bad. Try to see things from a different perspective. You are not probably going to tie yourself down to anyone this month, but that's okay, because someone is going to take something from you, and that could be stealing your ideas. That could be stealing your property. That could be stealing your heart. Now, this is going to resonate different for all sorts of different people, but either way, it doesn't seem to be that harmful for you, but it is a little bit malicious. If they're stealing your heart, they're not going to treat you well, I don't think, unfortunately. And that's the problem. But you still are challenged to emotionally invest if you meet someone that you think that you can trust, okay? And you are strong this month, and you have tact. Use your foresight. Use your best judgment. Use your past experiences. That's your guidance for single Sagittarians. Is there anything else that single Sagittarians need to know? There's definitely super something else that Sagittarians need to know this month. My ear, is really ringing right now. And now that I say that, there's a lot of pressure on my face. Those are two signs that I get when there's angel messages for you. Let's see what they are. So pay attention here. This is going to be the most important part of the reading for single Sagittarians. What do we have? New starts, exciting, like passionate starts with other people potentially, or it could just be like a new adventure that you go on that brings something good to your love life. What else? New thoughts, but nothing that you take action on yet. You don't want to be foolish, and that's good. I think your brain is working a little bit harder than your heart, which is why you are challenged to put some heart into things. And maybe you don't even want to put like a lot of work into a new relationship because you're not to the place where you can trust yet. And that's okay. That's safe. You are pretty balanced. You're really, really balanced in your life right now. And you might be, when you're thinking about things from the past in order to make the best decisions, as you are meeting new people and potentially thinking about, you know, starting relationships with people, it can cause you a little bit of sadness. So you really should instead focus on the lessons that you learned. Don't relive the hurt and the anguish of people who hurt you in the past. Instead, just express gratitude for the lessons that you learn and how they can affect you positively, impact you positively from making the same mistakes again in relationships. And, you know, maybe the mistakes were not yours, but maybe it was partially yours because you gave someone too much, or you extended yourself or your heart out too much to a person who was not worthy of that, okay? Now, what else do single Sagittarians need to know? Because I'm really feeling like there are some things that you need to know here. So you may have new ideas in regards to work. Like I said, somehow work is having a role in your love life right now. I don't know if you'll meet somebody in some work that you do or something like that. You're having like wild ideas at work, creative ones, but less creative, more like fancy ideas. I don't know why fancy is coming up, but they're good ones, but don't put them into action quite yet, because I think that that will detract you from achieving a relationship or, you know, love. I don't know if you just saw that. There's an orb right there. So you guys have some serious messages going on. Watch out for a person who makes you believe that they are a good match for you, and they are not. They are not your soulmate. How do you know this? I don't want to say be a slut, but if you are dating a couple of people at once, have sex with all of them, you should probably, well, let's see. Okay, here's what you do. This sounds crazy. Okay, be careful though. You know, don't get an STD, and be careful that you're not letting one or the other think that they're exclusive. But one of them is going to be very, very horrible in the sack, and that's not the one that you want to give that heart to, because long term you're going to be like, why did I do this? So maybe all of them one time, if there are multiples. Or if there's just one, try it, see how it goes, and then take a break from it and reflect and see how they treat you after that. You have, again, the Six of Cups card, but this time in reverse. This is not a time when you want to, after you do that, reflect, but don't reflect and compare to other people or the past, okay? That's important. You are going to want to choose the person that maybe isn't the best one, but the one that treats sexual endeavors as teamwork. You are not going to, this is getting to be a very sex-related reading. So if you're abstinent, I'm sorry. Just skip this part. But you might be tempted to go with the one that does all of the work, where you just lay there and they bounce up and down on you. Male or female, doesn't matter. But you want the one that you can communicate with, that you can talk dirty to, that will talk dirty to you, that, you know, is open to doing the things that you want to do, where you can really work as a team and achieve, you know, happiness for both of you. Because this is the one that you're going to have the most fun with, not only there, but in real life. The one that your friends are going to accept and welcome into the group, that you're going to have a good time drinking, partying with, or even just watching TV with. This is the person that you want to pick, okay? So that will help you narrow it down if you're dating multiple people. Anything else for single Sagittarians? I feel like that was kind of the important message that they wanted to put out there. Saying watch out that things don't become imbalanced in your life, and you know, remain strong. You have a lot of strength. I started this reading and then it got interrupted earlier, and so I don't know if this card had come up before or not, if it was this version, because I just redo it. I have to do it live. It's just my style. It's the way I do things. But you do have strength, if I didn't already mention that, and that is an asset of yours right now and something you really want to embrace, even though you might feel like things are imbalanced, again, another imbalance card, and that you're maybe not getting everything that you want, everything that you wish for. You might not be very attuned and connected to your higher wisdom, to your inner self, to your gut feelings, that sort of thing. But you're strong, and that's needed right now. But if I didn't already say this, watch out for that person who's stealing from you, okay? Because that's going to happen. It is. It showed up twice now. That's going to happen. Trust your inner gut. Really trust your inner gut. If you don't meditate or pray, things like that, this would be a time to start doing that. It really would. To bend over backwards, literally, to do it. So yoga would be a good way. And then for coupled Sagittarians, what do we have going on May 6th through June 6th? May 5th too. Why the heck not? It's May 5th right now. Happy Cinco de Mayo. One thing, you guys have the strength card jump right out too. One thing I want to mention, just because this is very strange and it has been happening lately in readings, is that right now the time is 6:56. So I just want to see how that correlates to Doreen Virtue angel number messages. All is well, even though appearances might be feeling stressful. Beneath it all, there is divine order. You will soon see the changes that are occurring that are the answers to your prayers. I don't know if you saw that little orb too, right behind my head. Okay, so anyway, you guys have some serious, divine intervention right now. So for couples, remain strong. Take that strength, use that strength. What else? And the reason why you need that strength is there's going to be a little bit of heartbreak, disappointment. You could be in a love triangle, and you might not be, you might be cast to the side, you might be shunned, you might have been the one who cheated. A lot of people read this as a cheating card. I don't always. I more take this as like a lie or an untruth. And again, a lack of teamwork, a lack of listening, and good communication might be occurring in your relationship right now. But things are still somehow stable within the relationship, and that's good. And I think that's because you are so strong. Now, we also have the 9 of Wands saying that the worst of everything is behind you. So if you want to stay in this relationship, you are A-okay to do that because the worst of it has passed. It really has. I promise you that. Oh my gosh, shut the F up, right? With these notifications. And it's funny because it's a Sagittarius who's texting me. Okay, so, but you might not be feeling very, glamorous right now. And I think that's just because you might be a little bit mopey. There's nothing to indicate that, but it's just like you're just kind of feeling cast aside, or you're not getting the help that you need from friends, family, from your partner, that sort of thing. There's just like a general lack of teamwork, and it's just not making you feel real good and joyful and optimistic, but not particularly sad either. It's kind of like whatever happened, whatever disappointed you could have been way worse than it is. And so basically, it's kind of just saying that, you know, you're in an okay place. Things are just going to get better from here on out. Things are not going the way that you wanted them to, what you wished for, but they could have been worse. And you're not holding on to things or people or situations or possessions or jobs for the wrong reasons. You're really not. Your head's on straight and you are strong, but you might be focusing too much on the things that are sad instead of the things that are good within the context of this situation. Now, what else do Sagittarius couples need to know here? You need to know that you are in complete control. You are very strong, in complete control of everything right now, especially in control of where you put your passion and in control of your communication. So make sure that you are communicating only what you want and not what you don't want, because you don't want to attract in more of the negative. And then you might have to defend yourself if you were the one who disappointed someone within the relationship, but the relationship's fine. If you want it, it will remain fine. And you don't actually have to do that much work to fix anything. So if you were not the one who caused the disappointment, then guess what? You just sit there and wait for them to fix it. But, you know, it's just saying that things are not going to go exactly the way that you want them to, unfortunately, this month. And I'm sorry, like, I wanted this to end on a positive note, and it just isn't. But I couldn't say, hey, you know what? I named my channel Terribly Accurate because it's terribly accurate if it's not freaking terribly accurate. So sorry for the bad news, but it could be worse, right? And things are still stable. So that's the good news, and hopefully next month will be better. Also, in a week or so, you will have your general readings, and there will be more love information there. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more sunshine for Sagittarian couples in regards to love. Okay, see you soon. Bye. Mwah.